Alrighty, so Greg Locke. Can we honestly just say that the dude's completely unhinged now? Is that a thing we can finally say? Because, like, he's always seemed like he's had his faculties about him. He's just been very, very violently wrong. But the more we get into 2021, the more I think that he's just gone nuts. I think he's gone off the actual deep end. But I'm not 100% certain. I'll let you guys be the deciders of that. But before we get into that, we have the fan art section, and of course, one more thing. So I don't like doing this generally, but we did have our vehicle basically just up and die on us. We're looking to get a used vehicle, so we have a fundraiser set up right now for trying to pick that up, because this was not something we were truly prepared for, especially while saving up for taxes. So, if you have the ability to, there will be a link in the description of the video. But I don't want to ask very much more than that, because it feels weird doing any time. Even though it's not the first time I've had to do one of those type of fundraisers, it always feels weird when I have to, and I don't like doing it. So that's as far as I will go in the self-shilling where that is concerned on this episode. Now we'll get into the fan art section proper. So right here we have a piece that was done by ROD, and there is a lot of booba in this cat. In fact, I would say this cat has a copious amount of booba. And I'm trying to find where the actual post was made, because my fan art section reset itself. I try to say the blurb that actually comes out with it. Yeah, no, the actual blurb on this is just booba. This is Blooba from A Nutty Ass Goober. So, thank you very much for that. And we have one from Hanads. They say they haven't drawn since college, so they think it's bad, but they wanted to draw a Necroman Suris. I don't think it's bad, honestly. Like, this looks good. In fact, actually, one of the things that this does that I'm not used to is the eyes actually looking right. I cannot draw eyes. They always look like they're going off in goofy directions when I try. So, seeing eyes that actually go in a singular direction, it always astounds me that people can actually do that, because I can't. Anyways, as always, thank you all for your fan art submissions, and if you do go to the PayPal fund, thank you very much for, at the very least, checking that out. We will get right into Greg Locke now, because he is... I want to say he's a character, but that almost makes it seem like he's a part of fiction. But sometimes I wonder if he is or not. Isn't this just a wonderful pose for him to be on? Come on, Greg, let's go.
I've been...
Ow! You're at half volume and you screamed. And it hurt. Okay, no, let's...
I've been right about all of it!
What? What have you been right about, Greg? Come on, tell me.
We've been right about all of it!
What have you been right about, Greg? I must know. I need to understand.
Woo! Yes! Yes! These wicked fools don't win in the end! They don't win in the end!
Why do people watch... Okay, so I'm just going to say this right now. Maybe it's just me, right? I wonder why people take me seriously when I'm behind a fucking big-breasted cartoon avatar. But I am more astounded that people take Greg Locke seriously when he's sitting there looking like he's a deranged Rumpelstiltskin.
So all this fear bull crap is that. It is bull crap. Say amen.
Can you demonstrate what we're supposed to be afraid of and what's bullcrap? Like, your audience apparently knows what you're talking about, but me, as a watcher, all I think is... I don't know what to think. I need context, dude.
I know you've never been to a church where a pastor told you to say amen after I said bull crap.
Yes, we have. It's called being in the South. You are literally nothing special.
It's better than what I want to say.
Fine. Shit, cock, ass. Which word is it? Is the fuck word?
I call it real BS. Biblical stupidity. Biblical stupidity.
You can say the shit word. It's fine. Literally, nobody will judge you for saying the shit word.
So I know I wasn't going to say nothing about it, but I think I feel froggy enough. I'm going to jump right now and just say this. I am not apologizing for what I said on this platform last week.
What did you say?
The Delta variant was nonsense then. It is nonsense now. You will not wear masks in this church. You will not wear masks in this church.
The Delta variant is nonsense. But Greg, I'm fairly certain we have actual scientific articles that we can go into. Let's see here. The Delta variant, CDC. Let's see here. CDC.gov. SARS-CoV-2 variant classifications. We are going to go and look at Delta. Oh, boy. We've got the Alpha variant, Beta variant. We got the Delta variant. Oh, boy. There's a Gamma variant as well that is circulating in the United States right now. Okay. Cool. So the Delta variant exists. We've established that. What are the attributes of the Delta variant? Let's see here. Increased transmissibility. Potential reduction in neutralization by some EUAA monoclonal antibody treatments. Potential reduction in neutralization by post-vaccine sera. Oh, that's not good. So you mean the Delta variant, as per actual scientific information we can find on a trusted source, says that it not only exists, but it has higher cases of transmissibility, and also it is harder to fucking fight. And as there's more data available, they'll continue to evaluate it. So wait, Greggy Poo, my friend, one of the people who I covered at the earliest stages of my channel. I'm just gonna put the legs up on the table for this one. Greg, come on now, buddy. Let's be honest with one another. Let's be honest with one another. You're pulling this out of your ass. Just like I pulled these legs out of my ass. You've pulled these out of yours. Now, let's go ahead and listen to the rest of his deranged ramblings.
I'm telling you right now, do not get vaccinated. Do not get vaccinated.
I'm pretty sure at this point we can actually label you a public threat, right? Like, when you're literally sitting there screaming at your audience, don't wear masks, don't get vaccinated. And you know what? I understand, right? I understand not wanting to wear masks, because masks are super inconvenient, right? Like, they're hot, they're sweaty, they can increase the amount of, like, staph and shit on your skin. I get it. I understand. And they are primarily there so that you can protect others, not necessarily yourself. I get it. But maybe it would be very important, Greg, if you took a second to recognize that vaccines are not anywhere near as problematic. They're not anywhere near as much of an issue in your day-to-day lives as masks are. Like, again, masks kind of inconvenient. I have to use a disposable mask because cloth masks themselves have this weird issue because I live in a house with a bunch of pets and I have severe allergies to all of said pets. Like, the cloth masks generally pick up cat hairs and shit even after washing them, and it is a pain in my ass, so I have disposables. That's what I had been using to make sure that this would be fine. Cloth masks, not super comfortable, but at least I don't have to deal with the allergies. But then, you know, the vaccine happened, and things started to feel a little better. Because, like, yeah, for a day or two, you kind of hate everything about life after you get the vaccine. Like, that's not much. That's not bad. Compared to having to wear a mask every day, Greg. But when you're telling your audience, don't wear the mask, don't get vaccinated, you're literally telling your audience, I want all of you to die. I want all of you to be susceptible. I want all of you to be screwed. We've had plenty of recorded deaths from COVID, and I don't know where you get the information from that tells you that there aren't. Are you just listening to Alex Jones every day? Is that what you're doing? Like, If you are telling people not to protect themselves, not to protect others, not to do anything and just let a biological agent hurt them, kill them, maim them, whatever, scar their lungs, what category do we put you in anymore? Do we continue thinking that you're a perfectly safe and reasonable person, or do we accept the fact that maybe, just maybe, you as an individual are somewhat dangerous now?
I don't care what you think about me. I don't need your money. I don't need your hand clap.
That's because you already have plenty of money from the people who are susceptible to your bullshit, and you don't need the hand clap because nobody gives a shit.
I don't need more people on social media to follow me. I ain't following along with it.
Okay, so this is him basically trying to say, I'm right and I don't have to be popular, which would be a defense from the argumentum ad populum fallacy if literally anybody had given a shit about whether or not Greg was popular. It's not about whether or not you're popular, Greg. It's about whether or not you are dangerous. And you are. Also, I'm just going to say this right now. He does care. He says he doesn't care. He says that he doesn't need the claps and the attention and everything. But I want you to imagine a world for a second where everything went away. I want you to imagine a world where Greg Locke's congregation left him. I want you to imagine a world where his following on Twitter went away. I want you to imagine a world where everybody stopped paying attention to him. And I want you to think what kind of reaction he would have.
Never look a tulip in the
Some random 9191. Thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, Greg Locke, what would Greg Locke be without an audience? It'd be like me without an audience. I'd be screaming into the void. That's all I would have. I want you to imagine this man dancing around like a monkey to not a single onlooker. How would he seem to you? Because with what this man does and screams, it's only as validated by the audience he has. And I don't want a galaxy brain dipshit in my audience, in my comment section to go, well then stop watching him, you're part of the problem. Whether I look at Greg Locke's videos and cover them or not doesn't change the fact that he's got a congregation that is willing to pay all of his bills. I do not influence that in the slightest. I wish I did. When people don't care about something, they generally don't shout about it on a stage. I'm going to be honest, though. I don't think that's a good argument where Greg is concerned. I think what works more is not whether or not he's shouting about how much he cares or doesn't care on stage. I think what is more convincing to me is the fact that Greg as an individual would literally not exist as the Greg Locke we know him as without his audience. There is as much of his audience wrapped up in his persona as himself as an individual. Doodle, he doesn't actually have to have a, like, anybody threatening the audience themselves. He's whipped his audience up into a fervor. These are people who've been, not brainwashed, but they've been so very thoroughly convinced by the things that he says. He doesn't need any of that. Though he does have an effective version of a sniper aimed at somebody. I want you to think what would happen in this mob of people if one person shouted out against the pastor. If one person shouted out against him, the mob would descend on them. No, Fiery One, it's not brainwashing if they're just wrong. It's not brainwashing to just be wrong. Brainwashing is a specific cult tactic that like, rewrites you as a person. Zozo, thank you very much for redeeming your points for an oh well. Oh well.
Joe Biden's days are numbered.
Yeah, everybody's days are numbered. We will literally die one day. That is how living works.
I said they're numbered. I've told you the whole time this election was fraudulent. We got so much proof. The only people that can deny it are crack-smoking, demon-possessed leftists.
Apparently, I am a crack-smoking, demon-possessed leftist. I want a good screen cap of him just, like, monkeying around on the stage. I need it for this thumbnail. You know, I would love the proof. I would love the proof of the election fraud. That would be useful. Like, I don't see any proof of that. We've seen a little bit of tampering. We've seen a little bit of issues where votes were not counted correctly. But consider this. Places like Georgia had their votes recounted 3 times and were validated to be in favor of Joe Biden. Like, at this point, I have to say, Greg, it does not matter what you say. If you are not willing to bring that proof to bear, then you're not convincing anybody except your audience. But here's the problem. He's convinced his audience already. The serious question, is he on drugs? He doesn't have to be on drugs for this. You can whip yourself up into a fervor like this. As he jumps around like he's possessed and generally acts insane. Oh yes, it's the leftists that have the demon. Yeah, Window Goblin, I agree. It's definitely the leftists who have a bad case of the demons right now. When you're the one, like, dancing around on the stage like this.
Tear his whole pulpit in half.
Your scrawny arms couldn't tear apart a fucking piece of paper, dude. Anyway. No, dude's literally jumping around like a monkey. Trying to tell us that we are the demon-possessed, crack cocaine smoking ones. Awful spry for an old man. And so what was that at the end? I don't know. I don't know what that was at the end. I don't know. And I'm scared. Like, this is the sign outside his tent. This is a mask-free church campus. Kindly remove them or stay in your car. We celebrate faith over fear. Like, he literally tells his people straight up, no, literally don't wear them. That's what he does. Jesus fucking Christ. I hate Twitch. I didn't see 11 minutes ago that you were deemed in. You fucking crazy person. Why would you even? And, Zozo, thank you for the hydrate. And Fox of Faith, thank you for the posture check. So, death cult. It's a death cult. Yes, he forces his congregation to not wear masks. I just... Jesus Christ. There's a lovely picture to demonstrate a lot of this. This one right here. This is demonstrative of the problem. In several cases, people like Greg Locke prey on the poor and uneducated in order to elevate themselves. Well, now we have to know what you guys think. I want to know. You, the audience, the people watching, I want to know your thoughts on Greg Locke and everything else. Obviously, there's people in the comment section who will be giving their opinions anyway, especially telling me about how much they hate me, which is cool. I love the engagement regardless. But I do want to know what your thoughts are on this, because is there something that I'm missing? Is he actually, like, a prophet who's just misunderstood right now? Like, where are we right now? Till then, have fun, relax, put your legs up on the desk, and enjoy the rest of your day. If you want to support the channel and what I do, there are links in the description to do so. And as always, everyone, insert end of video tagline here.